Well, hey guys, welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It's so great to be with you here tonight. It is September 4th, 2025. Great to be with you. If you're coming back for the first time, well, gonna say welcome. If you're coming back for more than the first time, definitely a welcome back to you as well. The master topic for the week, which we have one more day on, is the core that endures. And that's what the show's master topic is. And the granular topic, guys, is a really good granular topic. And that is everybody ready for this? Okay. It's Trends Change, Foundations Never Lie, Series 4, Show 36, Episode number 6. All right, guys, let's get right into the program. But before I do, if you're thirsty, feel free to grab some RO water. And love to have you guys join us today. If you want to get some snack, whether it's like I had some Swedish fish here, maybe you have some fruit or whatever it is, feel free to go get that and come on back, all right, to the show. And let's kick this off, all right, everyone? Okay. So welcome back, everyone, to Inspirations for Your Life. You're wondering who I am? Sure, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, podcast coach, and a lifelong student of growth, success, and of course, human potential. Over the years, guys, I've discovered a powerful truth. Trends come and go, but foundations never lie. In a world obsessed with shortcuts, instant fame, and quick wins, it's easy to forget that lasting success is built on depth, not hype, on roots, not flash, principles, not popularity, right? So tonight's episode dives very deep into the truth about foundations, why they matter, how they outperform fads, and why building slow, deep, and strong is the ultimate advantage. In business and in life, we need to understand these things, all right? Number one, guys, trends are temporary. Truth is permanent. Every year brings new buzzwords and overnight ideas. They create noise, but not substance. The truth, it stays the same. When you root your life in truth, you outlast every temporary wave. And that's important, guys, to understand those temporary waves because they're keys to our success in life. Chasing hype, number two, builds castles on sand. Hype may look impressive to so many people, but it's unstable, guys. The moment pressure hits, it collapses. Real success is built brick by brick on a solid rock foundation that can withstand the storm. Number three, guys, foundations outlast every single fad that ever will be and is now. We've all seen trends explode and then disappear right before our very eyes. But the individuals and companies that last, they're built on timeless principles, not what's popular this quarter or this day or this night. Number four, guys, real strength comes from the roots, right? Like we talked about the tree not too long ago, having roots that have depth. That's important, guys. The tallest trees stand strong because of what's hidden below their roots. Your growth depends on what no one sees, your preparation, your consistency, and your character. Number five, noise fades, depth endures. We've seen it with the trees. We've seen it with so many different things. The world rewards visibility, but legacy belongs to those who built with depth. When the spotlight fades, which they will, it's your foundation that continues to hold everything together, right? Like some invisible glue. Number 6, virality dies, values remain. Going viral might feel like success, but it's fleeting. Values give direction, consistency, and long term impact. So they're not trendy, they're timeless. Number 7, guys, quick wins. They vanish. But you know something? Your core will always last day in and day out. So build a solid core. Anyone can get lucky once, but sustained achievement requires habits, mindset, and internal discipline. Build your core, and every win becomes repeatable. That's right. Build a solid core, a core that is going to allow you to withstand the challenges that you need to in life. When you work out, I always tell people build a solid core. The solid core is going to support your body no matter what, but build a solid core and everything else is easy. All right. Number 8, guys, flash will burn out. Substance always stays. Impressive visuals don't equal real value. I know so many people that spend time on these, but they really don't deliver anything. They just are hype. Substance is what earns respect and builds trust, not for a moment, guys, but for a lifetime. What's built shallow won't survive. Okay? That's important to understand. Shallow success looks good until things get tough. Deep preparation is what allows you to stand tall when others fall. Number 10, guys, number 10, solid foundations never lie. They don't. They don't need public relations or press releases. They don't need noise. They prove themselves in time. If your base is strong, your results will speak for themselves. Number 11, stability beats speed every single time. Every time, guys. Every time. Everyone's in a hurry, but if you're only chasing speed, you'll sacrifice a lot. Strength. Long-term wins come to those who play the long game. So life is not a short game, right? You get up, but you don't just do something for today. You do it for the long haul. And I think a lot of people get, distracted by that. Life is a long game, just like a marathon. A marathon is not a short run. Number 12, guys, true growth starts underground. Yeah, it does. It starts beneath the surface. It's just like with a glacier, right? And you see the top, the peaks, but you don't see the bottom. Okay? The success people see is only the tip of the iceberg. What really matters is what's developed when no one's watching. Skills, humility, and endurance. Number 13, guys, hype is loud. Foundations, on the other hand, well, they're very strong. They are very solid. Hype comes with volume. Foundations come with power. Okay? So let others shout. You focus on building something that lasts. Even though those people may get the attention of some people passing by or even some important people, they won't be keeping their attention for long. Because anybody who yells and screams is not going to maintain respect very long. It gets their attention, but not for respect. It gets their attention because of the noise, because of that disturbance. But when people see that disturbance is just that, it has no value, they're not going to pay much attention to it again. Number 14, guys, lasting success is never rushed. So many people want to rush the cake, want to rush the ceremony. They want to rush the grade, the class, right? They want to rush the relationship, but they don't realize that lasting success is not rushed. So, why do people rush? I think they're impatient. They have to have everything at this right moment. And that's a huge, huge problem. You can't microwave mastery. I know that sounds funny, but no, there is no thing at Amazon or nothing online that you can buy and, stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds or 5 minutes or 10 minutes and poof, it comes out and oh, now I've got mastery. You can't do that. That sounds stupid because it is. You can't shortcut real achievement. If it's worth building, it's worth building right. And that takes time, guys. I always say in my business and in life, if we're not going to do it right the first time, we're not going to do it at all. We're going to do it right. This gets me into a discussion. So we made a donation not too long ago to a not-for-profit, and we donated a piece of equipment. And so we even had donated with installation. But the powers that be, when we asked them for a plan of what was in the wall, because we wanted to make sure it was there, we were told that someone else is going to be overseeing the installation. So I figured they're going to be overseeing our installation, right? Wrong. But the person didn't communicate that to me. So I reached out to that person who I knew, and he said he has someone that'll be doing the installation. Okay. I explained to him how it should be done, the whole 9 yards. And you know what happened? I went to see the installation like the end of that week. And I was so excited to see that it was installed. But then I looked and I'm like, you're kidding me. There's wires all the way down the wall. The box is just thrown on the counter. And I'm like, seriously? I mean, this is a professional installation? I was more than annoyed. I called this PE, which was the project manager for this, but they had a group called the building committee, and they paid this person to do it. And I politely reached out to that person. I said, hey, I just want to let you know that I'd have to give an installation like an F. If we would have done the installation, it would have been done right. Well, John, there were a lot of wires in the wall and this and that. I said, I don't care. You figure out what you need to do the first time right, or you don't do it at all. I get so tired of people that say they're better than me, which is fine. They can say that. But then they do an installation that's not 1/10 of as good as I could do it. It becomes this political thing. And you know what happens when that hits the fan? I don't want to give anymore. I don't want to donate anymore to that organization because the way I wanted to do that was going to be the most professional way. And I didn't get to do it the most professional way. And things like that, ladies and gentlemen, that bothers me because I want things to be done right the first time. My grandfather, Morley, on my dad's side, said to me, John, when you do something, you're going to make sure you do it right the first time, right? You're going to measure twice and cut once. That was one thing he always said. He was also a carpenter. And I didn't quite understand that because a lot of people are in a rush to cut, right? So if you cut, you can't glue back. You can always cut more. So he says you measure twice and you cut once. That was his way of saying make sure that you know where you're going to cut. Okay, you double check it and then you cut. I think a lot of people are driven by the do it now mentality. The fact that, oh, I can do that. I can do anything. And maybe you can. But that installation, guys, was an abomination. I mean, it was just terrible. I reached out to the head leader. I reached out to the team and I said, that was terrible. The team told me, well, they didn't finish the installation. They're still working on it. I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that? Like you're still working on the installation. That's like me telling you that, your house is getting built, but or your car was built. But by the way, I know you're driving it, but we're still working on finishing your car because we still have some wires that we didn't tuck away yet, or we still didn't finish putting on, all the finishing touches like the panels. You wouldn't buy a car like that. I hope you wouldn't. So when somebody does something that is not professional, it bothers me because I'm all about doing things right the first time and bringing my A game. But you know what happens when somebody does that to me once? I don't want to give again. I lost my interest. And why? Because of the treatment. Now, I was supposed to make another donation to this organization. I'm not going to do that. If I don't see that product fixed, I'm not donating anymore. Because that was a very poor installation, and we were going to do it the right way. And the thing that really kicks me is that they paid money to have this installation done, and they did such a terrible job. Your character, your demeanor, you get one chance to make a first impression. I sent the letter off to the organization and to the PE team, letting them know that I was very disappointed. What did they do? They didn't send me a thank you letter, like I really care. The fact that you grilled me, the fact that you pretty much abused me, and then didn't even send me a thank you letter, right? I don't care about the thank you letter. I care the installation was done so badly that it makes me not want to be able to give to them again. Just being honest, guys. So, number 15, in case you're wondering, core principles will always outlive the fashion. They will. Fads will fade, guys, but the principles like honesty, discipline, and respect stand forever. Align your life with those, and you'll never fall out of relevance. I think there was a fad on TikTok. It was apartheid. I think it was some type of dance, and it was the hottest trend. Now you go search it, and it's like nowhere near as searchable it was before. People hop on trends, and then they just fade. They just fade. Fads will fall, as I said, guys. Fundamentals will always rise to the top. You see, what works today might fail tomorrow. What works today might fail tomorrow, but the fundamentals, hard work, learning, and persistence never go out of style. And I think that's a very important thing for all of us to understand is that the fundamentals never go out of style. Even though we might want to do things in a way that seems so glitzy, those fads are going to be out by tomorrow or next week or this month. Number 17, guys, shiny things fade, right? Roots and the cores always remain. Think about that for a moment. Shiny things do fade. But the core roots, guys, they remain in life. That's important, guys. Chasing what's shiny leads to distraction. I know it looks nice and it gets your attention. It's like eye candy, right? But rude individuals don't sway with every new opportunity. They stay grounded in what matters. And I think that's a very important thing to say to everyone. What matters in your life? What's your core principles? Number 18, guys, growth without foundation collapses immediately. It's like you're trying to hold something up, right? And you could use a big pole or you could use a tiny stick. What's going to hold more? The big pole. Growth without foundation collapses. Say it with me. Growth without a solid foundation collapses. So it means you got to do the due diligence. You got to plan before you execute. That's what that means, guys. You can rise fast without depth. You can. You can get all the way up to the top and rise. But that rise will not last. Just like those people yelling at the top of their lungs that, I'm so great and I'm this and I'm that. It gets your attention for a little while. And then you're like, I don't want to hear this anymore. I'm not paying attention to this anymore. I've heard this before. True elevation requires a deep, solid structure below the surface. Look at any major building out there, right? Did that building just pop up because they decided to throw two twigs? Well, you get my point, right? Not two twigs, but they didn't just throw a couple 2x4s and put in some cement and hope the building sticks. No. They spent several hours engineering that, making sure the right load-bearing walls were supported with extra strong foundation. Those are important things, guys. Number 19, trends will change, but the truth will stand. Trends change, but the truth will always stand. So culture, it shifts. Algorithms, they update. But the truth, the real principles, the real Megillah of the growth, leadership, and purpose, they're constant, guys. They're constant. If you're trying to run your life out of a microwave truth or the fact that you think you can get an instant truth or you can go buy something online and poof, that's not how it works. You might think it works that way, and you will soon be rudely awakened by the fact that not only does it not work that way, but you're going to destroy the little bit of reputation that you currently have. Depth, guys, is the ultimate advantage. We talked about the trees before, how the trees are having these big roots, but depth and the breadth of everything you do, something that has a solid foundation, it lasts, right? Those trees that are anchored into the ground with 5 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot or larger roots, they're not getting knocked down by some windstorm. But that didn't come overnight. That came with years of growing. Anyone, guys, anyone can ride a trend. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anyone can do that. Few can take the time to build depth. But when trends pass and attention fades, depth is what positions you for legacy, to basically level up and make a strong impact. Now, again, I'm not going to tell you that this is going to be something you just snap your fingers and it happens. Taking the time to build depth with a strong foundation is not something you just blink your eyes and it happens. But once you have come up with the strong foundation, you know what happens? No one can take it down from you. No one can take that foundation down for you. And I think those are very, very important things. You have to understand that it's about you and it's about how you are grounded, right? If you launch a sales campaign and you haven't done the due diligence, what's going to happen? That campaign is going to go nowhere. You're going to have no sales. Sometimes, though, we think if we can ride a trend, we can make some money. You can, but you also have to know when to pull out because a trend is not stable. A trend is not a solid investment. It's not. A trend is not a safe stock. Okay? It's a risky stock. I think that's an important thing for everyone to realize. It is that kind of a stock. And do you want to be gambling your whole life away with things that are not solid? You know, in the rush for more visibility, I don't ever want you to lose the vision that you have. In the chase for perhaps maybe it's more followers, more money, more recognition. Don't forget your foundation because, ladies and gentlemen, what you build upon determines how high and how long you can rise. A wise person once said to me, John, your attitude determines your altitude. And basically, what that refers to is the fact that if you have a great attitude, people are going to like you and you're going to go far. And so, the show today, Inspirations for Your Life, it's about a lot of things. If you're ready, guys, to go deeper, not just wider, right? And build success that lasts, you can continue to join me every single week for a brand new master topic, but every day for topics that will not only inspire you, topics that will basically push you, that will challenge you, that will give you the growth that you've always wanted if you decide to make the commitment. Make that commitment and stay consistent with it. And when you do that, ladies and gentlemen, your life will change. Now, we're not chasing trends. We're building legacies, my friends. If you are hung up on chasing trends, that's what TikTok's for. That's not what Inspirations for Your Life is for. I hope you guys have a great night or a great morning or a great day or whatever it is. And I'll catch you guys real soon. Be well, everyone.